So, the series premiere of Gotham just happened. I just got done watching the very first episode. So I felt like giving my thoughts on what I thought of the show. If you want to just hear my immediate overall reaction to it, I liked the show. I liked the episode. I liked it a lot, actually. I didn't love it. It's not perfect, of course, but still, I liked it. Let's get into it. The very first thing, the very first shot almost that we see is Selina Kyle. And I was surprised by this. I did not think that Selina Kyle would be the first character that we'd see. She's 14 years old, she's on the streets, I presume she's homeless, and we see her stealing people's wallet and a carton of milk just to survive. And I like that. Again, it was a surprise. But I think what surprised me the most about all of this was that she witnesses the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents. I wasn't expecting that. And I'm sure some people will say that they were glad that they got the murder of the Waynes out of the way before the title credits even. And yeah, okay, everybody knows Bruce Wayne's origin. So to get the murder of the Wayne parents out of the way this early makes sense. But there is a part of me that thinks, this is a real missed opportunity to have them as actual characters. Like maybe have Thomas Wayne as this big figurehead of the series, like a big character that's trying to do what he can. Like in Batman Begins, when you saw that he was a big proponent of trying to save the city or help the resources with the poor and just, I don't know. I think it would have been cool to have Thomas Wayne be a big central character, or at least one of the supporting characters, and then maybe killing them in the mid-season finale. I don't know, that's wishful thinking, of course. I do get why they did it this way. The way the actual scene played out, I thought was fine. I mean, seeing the guy with the mask and how he came up and took the wallet and necklace and shot them, I was like, okay, I know how this goes. I could have done without Bruce Wayne screaming the way that he did at the end. I just was like, I don't know. I never picture Bruce Wayne screaming like that when his parents get killed. Then we meet Jim Gordon, who is played by Benjamin McKenzie. And I like this actor. I still don't like the way he looks, meaning I don't think he looks like Jim Gordon at all. I know he's playing a young Jim Gordon. He's a rookie detective. It's just when I think of Jim Gordon, I think of the mustache and glasses. And I know I've complained about this before, and I know to some people that sounds really dumb to complain about or to even mention, but it's a major thing. When you think of a character and you think of just the way that they look, you could say, oh, well, he just hasn't grown his mustache yet. And it's like, okay, fine, but where's his glasses? He could at least wear glasses. I don't like the idea of Jim Gordon wearing contacts. It sounds like a minor thing, but to me, it's a major thing. Either way, the actor is pretty good as a young detective who you see, very first thing you see is him stop this crazy guy who held up the precinct, and he took care of the problem the right way. So I like setting up his character as being like the one good cop there. And when he goes to the crime scene of the Waynes, I like the moment he has with Bruce Wayne where they talk and the encouragement that he gives him, the whole everything's going to be okay, there will be light. I like that scene a lot. That brings me to Donald Logue as Harvey Bullock. And Harvey Bullock, this is crazy to me because Harvey Bullock is a character that started off in Batman the Animated Series, that 90s animated show that I grew up with as a kid. So this is the very first time that Harvey Bullock has been portrayed in live action by anybody. And sure, Donald Logue doesn't look like Harvey Bullock when I think of him, but he's a great actor, and he plays it perfectly. The fact that he is this cop who isn't necessarily a bad guy. He's not, I don't want to say a corrupted cop, but he definitely goes by how most of the cops handle their business. I like the back and forth between Bullock trying to convince Gordon that, look, you have to play by our rules, because if you don't, you're going to get killed, or you're going to get your fiance killed, and it's not what you want to do, even if you feel like that's the right thing to do. And so I guess if this whole show, or if most of it, it's going to be Gordon struggling with what he wants to do, what he knows is right, as opposed to what everyone else is doing, and how far over the line is he willing to cross in order to do what he wants to do. I think that's the best character arc and character study that we can do with Gordon. I'm very happy that Gordon is the main character and that we didn't get as much Bruce Wayne. Because honestly, I wasn't too happy with Bruce Wayne here. I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the kid who played him. I just thought, okay, between the scream that he gave at the beginning, and then later on when you see him on the roof of Wayne Manor, and it's like, what, is he about to commit suicide? He said that he was testing himself and trying to overcome fear, and I just thought, alright, you're way too fucking young to be at this point. You know, we could have a young Bruce Wayne that's still grieving over what happened to his parents. He doesn't, I mean, my Bruce Wayne doesn't want to try to overcome fear until he's in his late teens, early 20s. I mean, that's how I thought of it. We have Oswald Cobblepot, who at first when I saw the actor, I wasn't too sure because I thought he had kind of a Joker face. But seeing how slimy he was, how he worked for Fish Mooney, but he even squealed on her, and he was just sort of, he was a criminal, but even he was turning on the other criminals. He's totally out for himself. And certain characteristics, obviously they call him a penguin for some reason. I started to like his character, and I started to like what or where they could go with him, especially by the end of the episode. Edward Nygma, I guess, works for the precinct, and it's a little funny having him constantly shoving out riddles here and there. Ivy Pepper, who, first of all, she's the daughter of the guy who gets framed for killing the Wayne parents. Obviously, he didn't do it. Now, I get what they're doing, obviously. You're supposed to hear her name's Ivy, and we just know who she is, right? Or who she's going to be, Poison Ivy. But people like me, other comic book purists who know the character, think Poison Ivy's real name is Pamela Isley. What the fuck are they doing calling her Ivy Pepper? Again, might sound like a nitpick, but it just sounds like a change that doesn't really make any fucking sense. Why would you change her name like that? Why can't you just keep her last name Isley? Maybe you could say one day she'll change her name to Pamela Isley because of her messed up past, and who knows, that could very well be the case. I did like seeing Detective Montoya, who I wasn't expecting to see Montoya at all in this show. So it was cool to see that. I liked seeing her and Gordon almost have opposite, or at least to go against each other for a little bit, have some tension there, because I know later on they end up becoming good partners that trust each other. I loved how the whole episode was about finding the Wayne killer, and then the cover-up, and finding out how much the Falcone family was involved in the whole thing. I very much enjoyed that. I like how they thought they found the killer, and it was this big, huge celebration, but that wasn't the case. And now, maybe this whole season will be about trying to find the killer. I should talk about Jada Pinkett Smith as Fish Mooney, because one of my friends on Facebook posted that he just doesn't buy her as a crime boss. And I think there's a part of me that understands that. But I think she's a good actress. And I like seeing her play a villain. I want to see where it goes. I like the fact that a woman is running her whole crime thing. But then again, she works for Falcone. So it's not like she's at the top of the list. I mean, look, when she wanted to kill Gordon and Bullock, he stopped it. So she might become a character who goes a little crazy with her power. It makes me like the fact that this show is so crime oriented and that we are going to get these type of crime stories. It's kind of the only thing that I wanted from this show. If it was going to be a pre-Batman Gotham, a pre-Batman universe, it's the only type of show that I wanted this to be. So guys, I did enjoy this first episode of Gotham, the pilot episode. There was a lot of things I liked about it. Obviously, I had some complaints. It mostly pertains to them shoving too many characters that we know by name and too many references to what's going to happen in the future. I could do less with that, but it's the first episode. It's probably trying to win over or gain all of those comic book fans or all of those fans that know the Batman stuff. But it's like, come on, guys. This isn't a Batman show. It's a Gotham show. It's a Gordon show. Let's keep it to that. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you've seen the Gotham pilot. What did you think of it? Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!